Hello everyone, I'm glad to be back here making crypto videos. I've been doing a lot of research, staying on top of everything. However, I see things heating back up here, so I want to get back into it and share information that will be helpful to identify opportunities and share my research for you to make educated decisions. And so make sure you do your own research before making any decisions. It's very important that you're looking into the cryptocurrencies before investing in them. And so I've been in crypto since 2017. I went through the 2017 bull run, and I'm looking forward to the next bull run with the halving coming up here next year. And so there's going to be a lot of potential opportunities to make a lot of money. And so I want to share the information that I have gathered over the last 5 and 6 years to make those best educated decisions for life-changing gains moving forward. And so we're going to be going over 3 altcoins today that I think will do very well moving forward. And so we can go ahead and get into those here. But before we do that, I just want to mention that there has been a lot of FUD in the market the last couple of days. We can see Bitcoin drop down a little bit. We're sitting right around $36,700. And so today there was an announcement that Binance had a settlement for $4 billion fine. And then we saw the CEO of Binance step down, and then he has agreed to pay a $50 million fine. We also have news yesterday that Kraken is going to be sued by the SEC for selling unregistered securities. And so we have seen this news over many different platforms. We've had this on Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken, and then other platforms as well. So I think this news and FUD will pass over. We also had Bittrex announce that they are shutting down. They are closing their doors starting Monday, December 4th. And so if you have any cryptos on there, make sure you move those off, move them over to a ledger or some other device like that. And so let's go ahead and get into the 3 altcoins we're going to be talking about today. The first one of my favorites in the AI space, is Render here. And so this coin has done very well. We can see here that it was down about 45 cents about a year ago, and now it is up to about $3.30. However, I think there's a huge opportunity for growth here. They are targeting an area where there is a bottleneck, there is a shortage of GPUs, and that is what they are focusing on. We have ChatGPT with over 100 million users, and then we also have Elon Musk launching his own version of that as well, known as Grok. And so there's a lot of different AI use cases for this. There's a big shortage of GPUs. We just had Nvidia actually announce their earnings, which went very well. Again, they crushed their earnings. They had revenue of $18.12 billion with an estimated of $16.09 billion. And so they had very good earnings last quarter. Again, they had better earnings this quarter as well. And so I see that slowing down possibly in the next quarter, but that just shows the demand for GPU. And that is what I really like about Render. They are focusing on the GPUs and actually renting out or lending GPUs to people that need them. And so this is a very good service. There's a lot of potential for this moving forward. And there is other cryptocurrencies that are also focusing on that here as well. And so these are some of the other ones. We have Clore, we have Nasana, and we have Octaspace. Some of these are focusing on the same thing with the cloud computing service. And so these are smaller ones that you can pay attention to. If you're looking for the one that's going to be leading, it is going to be Render. However, there is some other possible opportunities in some of these smaller cryptocurrencies. However, remember with that, there is also going to be higher risk as well. And so make sure you take that into mind when you're thinking about buying those positions. The next cryptocurrency that I'm very bullish on, and this is Veracity. And so we can see here, right, a lot of people look at this big spike back in 2021 during the bull run, and then it really settles down here, right? It looks very boring. These are the coins that I'm looking for. These are the coins that I get excited about, right? I want to find the coin that's boring, but has a big use case, is continuing to release news, continuing to build during this boring phase right here. And so when the time comes and they start announcing all these partnerships during the bull run, these are the type of coins that are going to have the biggest gains. And so Veracity is definitely one of the coins that I've been accumulating and paying attention to. And so we can see a lot of people are very fearful of the tokenomics, right? The total supply shows 100 billion here. We have the circulating supply at about 10 billion. However, 90 billion of those tokens are not actually issued as circulating supply. And so they have addressed this multiple times here. We can see that it has effectively capped the circulating supply at over 10 billion VERA tokens, which is subject to further deflation following our quarterly burns. And so this is one thing with Veracity. They're going to continue to burn tokens based on their revenue. And so this is a profitable cryptocurrency. Already, there's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there that make a lot of promises. However, they do not actually deliver. And that is one thing that I really like about Veracity. And so we can see there's 90 billion proof of view marker tokens issued on the same contract as circulating VERA. These tokens do not contribute to the circulating supply, and so there is discussion about them moving these to a different contract, and so that may be something that is addressed here in the next coming months, which would be very bullish for Veracity and clear things up for a lot of people. And so let's take a look at this as well. I saw this tweet on Twitter here, and I think this is something that a lot of people don't realize, right? And so we saw that huge spike back on Veracity in 2020. So at that time, they had 0 clients, they had no case studies, they had no buybacks and burns, they did not have the watch to earn patent, they had a smaller community with fewer holders. However, they have made a lot of changes since then. They have buybacks every quarter worth more than 1.2 million. They have more clients that they're onboarding. They have the VERA card and VERA Pay, and they are becoming the industry standard for ad fraud solutions. And so that is what they are targeting, a huge issue today. And so this is, like I said, it has really good utility. They are profitable. There's a lot of things that I really like to see in Veracity. I believe this cryptocurrency is going to provide large returns in the future. It may not be right away. It may be 1 to 3 years down the road. But this is a cryptocurrency that I think is going to be very profitable. And so the last cryptocurrency I'm going to be talking about here is Oasis as well. And so this is Rose. And so we can see, again, this chart is very boring, right? We saw a spike back in 2022 when they announced that they are going to be working with Meta. And then since then, it's been very boring. Again, these are the cryptocurrencies that I'm looking for. I don't want to see a huge spike here and then I'm buying the top of the spike. I want to be in early. I want to find the opportunities before everyone else is talking about that. And so if you're interested in that type of thing, make sure you subscribe here or follow me on Twitter where I can find these opportunities, and then you can do your own research and dig deeper into these to make sure you're getting early into those projects and finding the best returns. And so as I mentioned, they're partnering with Meta. They also partnership with Google, BMW, Equifax, and then they have an undisclosed Fortune 500 medical company as well. And so they're working with these billion-dollar companies, right? This is a layer one privacy cryptocurrency that I think will do very well. They're just working behind the scenes with a lot of these companies. And so this is something I want to see as well, right? Utility, and then that they're working with billion-dollar companies. And so these companies make sure they do their research. They're not just working with them because they just picked one out of the blue. There's a reason they're working with them, and they see potential with that moving forward, especially in the privacy layer one, which is going to gain a lot of traction as well. And so I think all three of these cryptocurrencies will do really well in the future here. If there's no use case for cryptocurrencies, it's hard to understand value behind it. And so that's the one thing I like about all three of these. I see them solving a real world problem today, and then they have utility. Some of them are already profitable, which is very promising. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video.